Armor tiers. Will we actually get armor tiers just like in boss raids, and is it a new way to upgrade your armor here in Dungeon Quest? I think it's only fair that we check out the suggestion and see what exactly it is like. Let's jump straight into it. Obviously, as you guys have known, I have been doing a ton of different types of videos recently with a lot of suggestions and just giving your guys' opinions out on obviously some of the most liked things or disliked things here in Dungeon Quest, and today is no different. We are doing a special one today because obviously I have my own ideas and suggestions as well, and things that have been implemented from last dungeons or even just past things inside of Dungeon Quest in general. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different suggestions here for you today. Some of them are kind of memey at the same time because people just like these ideas for some reason, as well as I have my own idea too, which I did mention at the very beginning of the video. But if you guys are not already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. We are at 98,000 subscribers, which is so close to 100,000, and we would love to hit that within the next month or so. So please, if you are, it is free and you can unsubscribe anytime that you do want. So suggestions, we have a ton, and I think it's only fair that we go over some of them first, and then I'll bring up my suggestion, which is what the video is about. So obviously we have a lot of the same suggestions all the time coming through on the Discord, but this one, I don't know, we see this all the time, and I know a lot of people have suggested this one, and I think it's only fair that I bring it up today. So this first one is going to be remove effects on weapons from other players in settings. So obviously, during a lot of the things on dungeons have a lot of lag. So for example, in Underworld, we had a ton of lag with all of the spells, and obviously cosmetics actually do contribute to that because there is a lot of particles, a lot of effects, and just a lot of things going on, and some people just don't like the look of some of the cosmetics. So this is to remove effects on weapons from other players, and I honestly think this should be a cosmetic type thing in settings that you should be able to turn on or off. I personally don't like seeing a giant bright ball of light inside of my face from someone else's weapon, especially if I am playing in a first person mode, and I cannot help but feel sorry for all of the mobile players I had to put up with this for so long, which is absolutely insane. But the next one up for today is going to be, after adding new locations, make the third lobby and portal from the first lobby to the third lobby. In this way, you can save high level players from unwanted requests. Obviously, we have lobby 1 and lobby 2. Lobby 2 did used to be level 60 plus, but is now level 100 plus, and people are actually asking for a third lobby to be level 150 or 160 plus, mainly because even if you are in level 100, you're still asking for carries, and a lot of people don't want to see that or get bugged for it constantly, so they want to have a third lobby dedicated to them to be able to obviously go and hide in, or obviously just congregate in to make sure that they are not being annoyed by people that are like level 1 to 100, for example. And then let's just go into the third one, being, this is like a guild versus guild idea, which I honestly love, and I really hope that something like this gets put in for guilds. Maybe when we redo the entire guild system, this will be the first thing on the list. So this is sent in by a Jay, and they said, so I've noticed that you guys really want sort of player versus player. Well, here's my idea, guild versus guild. So here are the basic details of a guild. You can access a guild menu by clicking on the guild icon near the play button, and once you click on it, you will either be able to create, leave, or access your guild's progress and shop. To create a guild, you just have to pay a certain amount of gold and make up a name. If you want to join a guild, you must ask permission from the guild owner to send you an invite. To check a player's guild, you can click on their profile and click on the guild icon underneath their trade, inspect, yada yada yada, and the max amount of guild can only hold 20 people or possibly more in the future. And here is the advanced details of the guild. Once or twice a week, 2 guilds will be matched up in a quote-unquote war, and the guild you are facing will have equal overall level to your guild. Example, total level in your guild is 1063 versus the other guild's total, which will be level 1084. In this guild war, 2 of the same tasks will be given to each guild, and the tasks can form from killing X amount of enemies, upgrade X amount of times, spend X amount of gold, gain X amount of experience, and so on. And the task will need to be contributed from each member because they're gonna be quite hard considering you have a whole week to complete it. And they even go on to say more advanced details being once a task is completed, each member of that guild will receive guild tokens, and whatever guild completes both tasks first will receive even more guild tokens. And guild tokens can be spent at the guild shop, which can either consist of a unique cosmetic, some more boosts, or items proportional to the player's dungeon that you are in. Example, if you are level 160, you can buy items from volcanic chambers, kind of like daily rewards, but the shop refreshes every 3 days, but will have a higher chance to get a better rarity of items, and of course the higher rarity equals more expensive, or D, all of the above. I honestly really like this suggestion, and I honestly hope that we can kind of work on something to do with guilds like this. I know that we currently do speedruns, but this would be an amazing thing to add in on the side for a player versus player thing. So this next one is going to be a meme type one, being when someone is AFK for 10 or more minutes, they get the title AFK for free. I think we should have a type of thing in the game where if you are AFK, it like stops all trades, it stops anything like that, so you can't just sit in the lobby for such a long amount of time. Maybe something along the line, if they want to add like a meme title with that, they can also do that, but that's just kind of a little memey one. And someone actually suggested this being are you sure for upgrading after you've completed, so all of your upgraded, if you've completed it, so if you upgrade in the wrong class, you can redo it as this person has just done it. Yes, we need a do you wish to confirm upgrading this much in this health or spell or warrior on your warrior mage health item, yada yada. This needs to be added in. This is obviously just to help people because I know that you cannot upgrade things. It currently is not a thing. Hopefully we do get that in the future, so hopefully that can become a thing in the future, as well as someone actually did ask for this being an in-game loot table or GUI for every dungeon with an estimation on the drop rate. So as we know, we don't have confirmed drop rates on any of the items, but people are asking for there to be like a loot table so you can see the rarity or chance to get a drop compared to every other drop inside. But now we actually have a new dungeons little suggestion being Barren Wasteland, which is a Wild West themed abandoned creepy town with basic enemies being a zombie gunslinger, whippers, and wild ghosts. And they can do shoots 3 bullets at an enemy, whips enemies in its range and can slow them down, or fires homing ghostly orbs at people. And they also have 3 bosses being the Headless Horseman, the Walking Shack, and the Enigma. So now, before I move on to the last of 4 suggestions, we're going to go over my current suggestion, which I have had. So armor tiers. Obviously in boss raids we had from tier 1 to tier 30, and you could get different tiers of armor. I honestly really like the idea of having different tiers, so I think maybe even having the opportunity to combine, for example, 2 purple Lava King mage to make a mythical Lava King mage. Yeah, you could do that, but how about instead of combining just 2 to make a mythical, how about you combine 2 to make it tier 1, and then you have to combine 2 tier 1s to make it a tier 2, 2 tier 2s to make it a tier 3, so on and so on. So it's kind of like the Minecraft enchanting where you're upgrading your gear into different enchantment levels, but having different tiers instead. Obviously you don't have to have a different thing of armor, and it's just adding on to the damage that you can do. And obviously I think it's a really good thing to, because you'll be able to solo eventually if you do have those, because sometimes you do a dungeon and you get honestly so many grays, and then those grays you can make up to like tier 30, and when you get some greens you can make green ones, and for example like that. What do you guys think of that suggestion? Leave that down in the comment section below. So let's go on to the last 4 suggestions that I do have for today's video, being this one going to be equip the best gear for each class button. So example, if you're a warrior and hit equip best warrior gear, it will automatically equip the best physical gear in your inventory and equip it, because people do get very lost on their major inventories, because you can have like 500 slots almost, well 300 I think now, but you can have 300 items in your inventory, and that's a lot to scroll through, but you can still manually choose spells, etc., because they are just dependent on the person. I really like that suggestion, and I really hope that we get something like that. Maybe it's just a quality of life type of update. And even this one being a have bigger trading slots so you can trade more items. Yes, this would help scamming so much, because people have to do 2 or 3 trades to get the gold amount or the amount of items, or even just certain things going back and forth. This would stop scamming so much, and I really hope this finally gets added in eventually. But the second last suggestion is actually going to be something that I mentioned a bit previously, being unselling something within 5 minutes of selling it. I've played some Borderlands, and actually if you sell an item in a vending machine on there, you can actually go into the thing and purchase your weapon back. I think this would really be helpful because we do not have a lock system or a favorite system, so you can easily sell your weapon by complete mistake, or even your armor, and I've seen it happen so many times. This happens every day from people, and hopefully having an unselling something within 5 minutes of selling it, or even adding in a different NPC to buy it back the weapon for double the amount of gold that you sold it for, or something like that, just to add something so you can get your items back and it lasts in there for like a day or so. But that's just a little suggestion there. And the final one today is to do with wave defense, and this is going to be, I'm sure this has been requested a lot, but please, cross my heart, add a wave defense for the next few dungeons that we don't have it for. And they don't really know why there isn't one, but yeah, they know scripting takes a lot of time, but please add it back in. So obviously wave defense was kind of discontinued by the looks of it, because we haven't had one since what, steampunk? Maybe. We don't have one for ghastly, we don't have one for steampunk, I don't think. I'm not entirely sure. We don't have one for ghastly. I know we don't have one for orbital. We don't have one for any of them, but it's crazy. We're missing so much on wave defense, and obviously people use it as an auto farm method as well, which is why I can understand why they haven't done it, because it's kind of a way to stop auto farmers, if anything. But hopefully they bring it back, or even just revamp wave defense completely to have a new look on that entirely for sure. But yeah, what do you guys think of today's suggestions? Are there any that you guys want to see added into the game ASAP? And if you guys like them, also leave your own suggestions down in the comment section below. I do check and read every single comment that comes through. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. Also hit the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video or start a stream. And I hope you guys have a lovely day or night, because we'll be done. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye guys!